got it locked on Roadium Radio.
Due to circumstances beyond anyone's control, Dr. Dre is in the motherfucking house. So right about now, and I say, yo Steve, are you with me? ICE, are you with me?
Here's a little something about a nigga like me that never should've let me buy tape from Steve. Ice Cube would like to play dope shit mixed by Dr. Dre. And since I was a youth, I like Compton. Now I like the motherfucking Roadium. Buying a tape or two, that's what the hell I do. You don't like Tony A? Well, fuck you, this is a game, and I'm in it. Ice Cube will fuck you up in a minute with a right, left, right, making you sick. And then you see Tony A is on the mix.
Tony A! Tony A! When you're ready, go.
Welcome back, everyone, to Roadium Radio episode 295. I almost said 255, but no, we're way past that. 295. I want to thank everybody in the live chat, everybody who's commenting, liking, disliking, talking shit. It doesn't matter. You guys are still watching. Much love and respect to everybody who are member now. Don't forget, you can now become a member and get exclusive content that's not on my regular page. Somebody messaged me and asked me, Tony, so now you're want us to pay for interviews? I didn't say that, and I never will do that. But this membership is just for exclusive behind-the-scenes stuff that we're doing. New shows, new things that you've never seen before, and it's there. So we're approaching almost 100 members, so let's get 100 by tonight. And believe me, you'll spend more money in a cup of Starbucks coffee than you would in a 1 month becoming a member. So I'm just trying to encourage you. You won't regret it. Other than that, if you guys didn't see the episode with Chris the Glove Taylor and Jerry, you guys need to go check that out. They smoked this whole damn place out. I got a contact high, and I don't even smoke, okay? That shit was dope, though. You guys need to check that out. Check out News with Norby. Check out Conversations with Marvelous. Check out all the other ones that we have. You guys will definitely enjoy. And everybody who's just becoming a member or a brand new subscriber, much love and respect for you guys that are first watching or barely watching the show for your first time today. So thank you guys. So other than that, you know what? I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to get right into it. But I will say this, that towards the end, we will open up the phone line. So if anybody has any questions or anything that I didn't ask my guests, this is where I want you guys, the audience, to be a part of the show. Call in and pick up where I left off and ask them yourself. Because I don't want to hear it later. You didn't ask them this. I'm giving you guys the opportunity. So without further ado, please allow me to introduce Harbor Area's very own Brian Ortega. How you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Thank you for having me on, brother.
Is it okay if I say the Harbor Area? Because I see the Harbor Area.
No, absolutely, man. With pride. Do we put these on or no?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Only when we take calls.
Oh, hecho.
Yeah, so I do want to say, I want to give a shout out to our mutual friend, Jen from Fashion Town.
Hey, shout out to Jen.
He blesses me with all the gear. Like, I'm like so fresh and so clean because of Jen at Fashion Town. So,
No, he definitely is a local hometown supporter.
yes, yes.
And is all for the community. I love that.
Absolutely. You know, now I want to ask you, I know today is Wednesday. Let's back up till Friday. How have you been spending the weekend, man? How was your weekend?
It was good, man. I had choices to make, and I just chose to just stay at home.
Okay.
Be with my kids, my family, go to the LA Galaxy game.
Okay.
And then take my kids. That's it. Just hang out with my kids, man.
That's dope. Yeah. That's dope. You know, I know you have children, and I know you just chilled. But do you ever so often still go to a club, still go to a little function like that, and listen to good music?
I could say like the last time I went out probably was 2-3 months ago.
Okay.
But other than that, I felt like I went there and I kind of realized like, what the fuck am I doing here? You know, like I go in there and I see everyone and I don't know, my mind was just different.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was in there and I was around and I was watching all these like kids to me now, right? And I'm like,
yes.
Man, I go, my mind's more like, hey, like almost like a parent to some degree where I was like, yeah, it's not my, I don't belong here, man.
You know, I've been DJing for a long time. I've been producing for a long time. And I get invited to a lot of functions.
Yeah.
maybe in 1 year, I'd probably go maybe to 3 of them.
Sounds about,
You know,
yeah.
And when I'm there, the majority of the time, it's like, you know, looking at my phone, what time it is. I'll give it maybe about another 30 more minutes, and then I'll go get me some fucking tacos and get the hell out of here. You know, that's pretty much what I do.
Smart.
I only go like if it's somewhat of a big function. You know, I like to enjoy myself. I like to listen to good music, but at the same time, listen to good music at home and in my car. And then I'm an older guy now. I'll leave that to the youngsters, you know, to do that. But now, where originally are you from? Like, where did you grow up at?
First part of my life was right on the project right here on Pedro.
Okay.
Yeah. And then right there by 2nd and PV.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I moved right there to Torrance by like Myler area, like Myler and 228.
Okay.
Like right beyond the hospital. And
okay.
And that was it, man. I lived there and then Torrance.
I used to have a friend that used to live right there for 223rd, like in Myler, around that area.
Yeah.
And I was always going over there. So you were one at the hospital right there, right behind. Yeah, same hospital that I was born at, you know. And actually a couple.
Likewise.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, but I grew up right there and then hung out basically on 220th and Harvard. And
Okay. All right. What elementary, middle school? It was called middle school when you were going, or was it junior high?
Middle school.
Okay. And high school did you attend?
I went to Myler Elementary.
Okay.
Then I went to Stephen White in Carson.
Mm-hmm.
And then high schools, I went to a couple high schools after that.
Okay.
You know, trouble kicked in. So I went to Narbonne, Patton, Carson, Gardena, and then I got kicked out the district. So then I ended up having, through training, like some guy with money.
Right.
He took legal custody of me, and I went to a continuation school in PV.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a change of scenery.
You know, you don't have to go into detail, but sometimes I wonder, like, because when I was going to Banning right here, I was always trying to get kicked out of high school because I wanted to go to somewhere different. I just knew too many homies. I knew everybody there. I just needed a new scenery, if you will, a new school. I had a brother my younger brother, he was always into trouble. So my older brother said, come on, move to Orange County. And when he went over there, he was doing a whole lot better. So I was thinking maybe if I didn't, you know, because I couldn't stop ditching, you know, and a bunch of other shit. But I was always trying, man. So what was it? Always like, I guess just not doing your homework.
One of them, I hit a teacher.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Not that you're encouraging that.
Accident. It was an accident. We fell, and then his head hit the bungalow, and I cracked his head open. Oh. But it was an accident. I tried to just grab him, but the door opened and we fell. But so that's, you know, things like that will get you in trouble.
Okay. Now let me confess some things I did shamefully that I tried to get out of school. Okay. And when I say get out of school, I was trying to get kicked out so I can go to a different school, throw water balloons at the teacher. I lit a fire in my class.
Yeah.
I popped firecrackers in my class, and I never got kicked out. And I was like, what the hell do I have to do? But it just wasn't.
Something violent, man.
Probably.
Yeah, violence will get you kicked out anywhere.
Probably. Now, growing up, did you play any other sports? I know you're a fighter, but besides that, baseball, football, basketball?
I played baseball. Yeah,
Okay.
I played baseball for Veterans Park.
Okay.
2 seasons. Not a team guy.
Really?
Not a team guy.
Okay.
I can't say I'm a team guy.
And why is that, man? A natural leader that you just...
In a team, everyone has to put in equal effort, right? So if you can have your heart and soul into something, which is whatever your position is, and you're in there grinding at your position nonstop, and you're taking it fucking serious.
Yeah.
And then you have some other guy that's slacking, and because they're slacking, you're losing. And I didn't like losing.
Right.
And both teams that I was on, we lost every game except for one. And I don't know how we even won that. And the whole time it was just because it was this kid or that kid. You know, everyone just making mistakes or being afraid of the ball to get hit. And I was always getting pissed off.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, man, fuck, dude. If I was in your position, I'd let the ball hit me and at least I'd save a home run or I would do something. So I was getting mad.
Yeah.
I was very competitive. So then I realized fighting is the only sport where they lock you in there by yourself and you're accountable for every single one of your actions that you made during training. So that's what I chose.
Wow. And now growing up, let's talk elementary, because I know elementary now is, I guess, first grade to fifth grade. When I went there, it was first grade to sixth grade, and junior high school, which today is middle school, was 7th, 8th, and 9th. Today it's 6th, 7th, and 8th. Okay. In elementary, did you ever get into a lot of fights?
I would say like 3 that I remember.
Okay.
Yeah, and then 3 that I remember. One, the dumbest things ever. One, because said something to a kid, and he's black, so we got into it.
Okay.
Another one was I remember I had balloons, and then I was giving them to everyone except for a certain individual, and then we got in a fight. And then another one was over a girl.
Yeah, there's got to be a girl.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, I heard she likes Brian, and I was like, ah. And I got all excited, and I found that was the wrong Brian. And I was like, what the fuck? So I got pissed, and then I saw them together, so I ended up just fucking hitting this kid. Just because I wanted it to be me.
Yeah. Of course.
I wanted to be the one.
Of course.
I was fucking bitter.
I remember one time I got into
I met her later in life, though.
Oh, no, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
So it turned out good.
It's all good, man. I remember I was in 7th grade, and I liked this one girl. And she knew I liked her, and I really, really liked her. So she came up to me after class, and she said, would you walk me to my next class? And I was shocked, because those are the only words she ever spoke to me. And I was like, yeah. But then come to find out, it was because she just wanted some protection, because there was a Korean kid that was harassing her. Okay. So she goes to the locker, and she goes, can you wait right here? And I'm like, yeah, all right. So I'm just hanging out, and everybody's walking by looking at me with her. And then this guy comes up to me, and he says, what are you doing with my girl? With a real heavy accent. And I said, you're a girl? And he goes, yeah, this is the guy that's bothering me. That's what she said. And then I said, well, you need to leave her alone. And he goes, fuck you. And he like hit me like that. He hit me just like that.
You fell like that or no? I hope you didn't fall like that.
No, I didn't. He actually hit me in my fucking ribs. And I just started taking flight on his ass. And this guy was supposed to be like the king of the 7th graders.
Okay.
And he was doing all these, I don't even know what they even call them, just kicks.
Yeah,
and I was just blocking
like Taekwondo or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I finally grabbed one, and I hit his ass in his balls. I had him on the floor, and I was beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Security comes, handcuffs me, and this motherfucker comes from around and does one of these, boom. And my nose, bro, was completely like this. It was like sideways. So I just felt one little drip coming down. And security goes, you're going to have to go to the doctor. And I was like, all right, I don't care. I was like, as long as I beat his ass. Yeah. So I sit down with the dean, and the dean's look at me and goes, you're going to have to look yourself in the mirror. And I was like, why? He said, look. So he looked. I just fucking fainted, bro.
Sideways?
Yes, bro. That motherfucker was straight sideways like this, dude. And then having to go to the doctor and having the motherfucker put it like this.
Adjusted, yeah.
But you know what it was? The worst thing was watching the fucking needle going in right here, and that motherfucker was bending. It wouldn't go in. I'm like, put that. And I had my eyes open, bro. It was sick. But yeah,
how old were you?
I was in 7th grade. I think I was 12 years old.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
that's
bro.
A lot at 12 years old.
And she never liked me. She just wanted.
She just used you. Pinche sucia.
Yes, bro. She used me. So, but I never met her later on in life. So I saw her.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
It was a good thing, because she ended up looking like Jabba the Hutt.
Probably would have ended up using you too.
So, anyways. So let me ask you this. As far as like all the fighting and stuff like that, were you a good kid in school as far as grades?
I was.
Okay.
I was actually really smart, but I felt pressured to want to fit in.
Okay.
I did so good from 1st to 3rd grade to where we would take a test, and I would take this test, and I'll be done within 2 minutes. And the teacher was like, Brian. And I was like, no, the test is done. And then they're graded, and it's like A. Like, not one thing missed, not one thing wrong.
Wow.
So I went from 3rd to 5th grade. And I went to 5th grade, and I started doing great, 100% on everything.
Yeah.
And then someone, 5th grader's a little older, and they're like calling me nerd, calling me this, calling me that, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? Like, they'll be mad at me because you're stupid, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but then they gathered up, and I fell to it because I was like, oh man, like being smart is not cool. You know, like being smart is not cool. If anything, like it's almost like a survival thing, right? I have to survive here in school, so if I outcast myself, you become part of the few, and the few get picked on by the many. And you can fight a few, but if you fight many, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So naturally, I just went like, I dumbed everything down. I started failing on purpose, and then to the point where sometimes the teacher would say something while I was joking in class. Then I started just playing and having fun in school now.
Yeah.
Just like, well, let me just take it as a joke, because the more I take it as a joke, the more I become the class clown. The more I say stupid things, the more everyone laughs. So I became like a jester. And then the teacher would, hey, Brian, something. I go, yeah, the answer is this. So she was like, you know it, but you refused it. And my parents would come to school because we would have to sit down and talk.
Yeah.
And they're like, why? And I was like, because I'm not a nerd.
Yeah.
That was my answer. I'm not a nerd. And then my dad was like, oh, you're so stupid, man. He's like, who cares about the egos? That's why I taught you how to fight, so you can fight people, to defend yourself, to be yourself. And at that time, I didn't understand that lesson.
Yeah.
And so I did 5th grade twice, and I failed it twice on purpose. And I knew how to pass the whole thing. And then after that, I just realized, like, in order for me to just do good here, I just got to just be bad, if it makes sense.
No, I understand you completely, because I remember I flunked the 8th grade, and then I flunked 10th grade for a lot of those same reasons. The first time that I saw that was, see, today we have a lot of middle schools here in Wilmington. Back then, we only had one. So everybody from east, west, from Carson, a lot of them came to Wilmington Junior High School. And back then, our mascot was a warrior. Today it's a jaguar. Somebody got offended, so they had to take the warrior off. So,
okay.
So what happened was, all my homies were like, "Hey, man, we're about to go ditch." I didn't know anything about ditching. I was good in school,
Yeah.
And they were like, "Come on, man, let's go ditch." I said, "All right." So then we hop over this guy's house. Right across the street, we hop over the fence, and I go, "Whose house is this?" "Oh, it's mine." "Well, why don't you just go through the front?" "Oh, I forgot my key." We went in there, and we're making ourselves something to eat. Hey, which is your room?
Red flags all over.
Yes, bro. And he goes, "Go pick one." So I was like, all right. So I go in there, "Man, you got some nice toys in here." They go, "Where's the toys?" Went in there, started taking all the Star Wars stuff like that. I go, "Man, you got a lot of pennies in here." And there was a big old Snoopy. "Grab that. Somebody's coming." And we didn't know. I wouldn't know that I was breaking into homes. All we did was just dump the Snoopy out, took all the quarters. We went to Neptune Liquor right here on PCH and started playing Donkey Kong, Miss Pac-Man, Asteroids, and a bunch of other games. So, yeah. But you know what?
No,
and I could have passed. I chose to do wrong.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You don't know any better at that time.
No, I didn't. And when I look back now, I'm thinking, fuck, I don't know how smart I could have been if I would have just applied myself.
Exactly.
If I would have just applied myself. So now, you had mentioned that your dad taught you to fight. Can you kind of give us the background? What did you mean by that?
Growing up in the projects in PJ, it was basically Mexicans versus blacks. Mm-hmm. And that was the culture, and us against each other, right? So, but living in there, that's the main problem that you had to deal with.
Yeah.
So going outside, we had little patches that were kind of your backyard, right, with the wire hangers and everything.
Yeah.
And we would play, handball or whatever, and then, the kids would come over there and try to take your ball or whatever. Or if someone threw a birthday party and someone got a jumper, it became every kid in that section. Everyone went to that jumper.
Yeah.
Whether you wanted them there or not, and you would end up sharing these jumpers because we're all kids, so we all want to have fun. And then you would, like, a kid would mess with you mess with them, and next you know you're fighting.
Yeah.
And And my dad saw me and my sister always getting into these fights. And he was like, man, like, estos no se rajan.
Yeah.
They're like, my other sister would cry and leave and come back to the house. But we were like, nah, like, we want to have fun too. What's up? And my sister was like, well, I got his back. So he put me and her together to train right here in Wilmington. And we trained right here at Al Martinez Kickbox.
Yeah.
And he taught us to fight.
And it was just kickboxing at the time?
It was just kickboxing, yeah. We had no idea about nothing on the ground yet.
Wow.
Yeah.
And about how old would you say you and your sister were at this time?
I was 4 or 5. She was probably 6 or 7.
Wow. And how long would you say? I mean, did you like it immediately? And did she continue? Did she like it?
She quit not that long into it.
Okay.
I didn't like it in the beginning because at Al's, it's your first day and you put gloves and you're sparring. You know, it was gladiator school there.
Yeah.
And there was these kids in there that would just fuck me up. And because I didn't want to like look weak to my dad, he was like, no, go. And I'm like, but I'm getting kicked left and right. I don't know what I'm doing other than just throwing my hands and I look dumb. Yeah. But after a while, like, you know, that hunger, that click to want to get these kids who are better than me, it sparked. And that's kind of where I'm at still in my life, where it's like you go somewhere and you suck at it and you lose at it and you almost get humiliated by it. But you're like, one day I'm gonna get you. Yeah. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be able to hang with you or get you. And sure enough, I became the dog there.
Wow.
You know? I trained so much. I was like, hey, I couldn't wait to get there again, and I fell in love with it. The competition side of it, right? It was like, one day I'm gonna get you. Like, hold these people up here, and it's like I made like a list, and it was like,
I'm gonna come back.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm gonna train. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna eat. Whatever, you know, like whatever my dad said at that time.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I would just train so much and spar and just have fun with it too, though.
You know, it kind of reminds me of me when I was a youngster. There was a lot of popular kids, and you know, I don't know why. Okay, back growing up, we never called each other Chicanos. If your parents were Mexican, you were just Mexican. Okay. Yeah. So in junior high school, I was considered a wetback, especially because I spoke Spanish. You know, so you know they would say, "Oh, here comes the fucking wetback," and that you just get used to it because they were the popular kids, and these were the Mexican kids that I knew spoke Spanish. But because maybe their parents were longshoremen and they had money and they dressed better and I wore hand-me-downs. So I was kind of like looked down upon, okay? But I made that mental list as well. And even with some teachers, because when I got older in my 20s, not only did I go looking back for those guys and I called them out and none of them wanted any, not that I'm just a spectacular fighter, but now I'm older now. I know what I'm doing. And I even went back and told some of the teachers, you know, you told me that I would never amount to nothing. You told me this, you told me that. And one teacher actually admitted, and he said, "You're right, I did tell you, and I do remember you. And I should have never said that. It was my first year teaching." And he made every excuse in the book. After he told me that, I didn't want to sock his ass up, but I was just like, "All right, so you're sorry, right?" And he said, "Yes."
But at least he had accountability to his action.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. That's good.
His name was Mr. Travis at Broad Avenue. So
all right. No, trust me, I got my list of teachers too, man. I just never got to them. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So
because they say these things that you don't realize that impact kids, man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. Some people say things to kids and they don't realize the impact it has on them. And to you, it's just a stupid conversation that you might have said even out of emotion that you don't remember. But to this fucking kid has fed off of it for years, man. Yeah. Like I said, to the point that it made you want to come back and say, guess what? Remember that thing you said? Ha ha. And I expect an apology. Otherwise, you're going to get a different one. Yeah. And I feel you on that, man.
Yeah. But I remember it built inside of me.
If you're talking to kids, be careful what you say to them.
Absolutely. It built inside of me the attitude of, I'm going to show them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to show them. And that's what happened. So, and I was only in second grade when he went off on my ass. You know, yeah. I mean, at times, he even humiliated me to the point where, like, go lay in your back at that corner. And I'm the only kid laying on my back while everybody's going and getting a drink of water. Everybody's walking around shopping in their pencil, and they're laughing at me.
Yeah.
You know? So believe me, once in a while, check up on your kids at school. Okay? So, but now, did you come from a big family, a lot of brothers, a lot of sisters?
2 sisters, 1 brother. So 4 of us.
Okay. Is your brother older than you?
My brother's younger.
Okay.
But my household always had a lot of people in it. Sometimes even up to 14.
Okay.
Yeah. We had a lot. Yeah, we'd always have people over there.
Now,
so it was everywhere. And 1 bathroom.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So.
Come on. Man,
Yeah.
shoot. You know, it's funny. I saw a meme one time. It was in Spanish, but it said bathrooms were meant to take a shit, not to take pictures. Because today...
Especially in the gyms.
Yeah, exactly, bro. So, you know, you went from kickboxing. How long did you do that before you went into, if I'm correct, and correct me if I'm wrong, jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did kickboxing from 5 all the way to 13.
Okay.
With like maybe 2 or 3 breaks.
Okay.
At 13, I just quit because I lost a belt, and I was worn out.
Okay.
Yeah, I was ran down, and at that time, the only thing that was keeping me there was like trying to make my father proud.
Yeah.
So by then, I said, you know what? I don't care about making you proud. I don't care about, like, I'm tired. I don't like this anymore. But then 13 is also everyone's starting to hang out in the streets. Yeah. So it's like, bro, here I am living this life where I have to train 2-3 times a week and then fight on weekends and sleep on Friday night early to fight on Saturday, you know? And it's like, you're not, like my 13-year-old self, you're not letting me live and enjoy my life.
Exactly.
Right? Like my friends are out there doing, you know, travesuras, and they're out there doing things. And I'm just like, I just want to go over there and have fun.
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to resent fighting because it's keeping me from living that life. And I quit. I said, I'm done. Whatever you want to do, hit me, spank me, fucking cintarazos, whatever. I'm cool with it. I'm not going back.
What did your father say to you? What was his attitude towards you?
He was very quiet all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, so his thing was like, okay. That was it. And it was either okay followed by an ass whooping, or okay by like, is it really okay?
See, and that's
you
what
were
scared
scared.
me.
Yeah, you're like, when is it gonna come?
Yeah.
And maybe about a month later, he said, if you're living in my household, I don't care what you do, but you're doing something. He goes, I'm signing you up for baseball.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I was like, fuck.
And how did you like that?
It was better because the timings of it was different.
Okay.
The practices were later at night, so everyone was already like either back at their house or whatever.
All right.
So it was like 7 to 8, you know, practices, and the practices were easy compared to fighting. It was run around, do this, catch a ball, you know. They were mellow. It wasn't like stretch, push-ups, sit-ups, this, punch, get hit in the face. It was like it felt like a break.
Yes.
And it was easy. But yeah, that was it. I did baseball, but that's what all he told me. He goes, if you're living in my household, you're doing something.
Okay. Before we get to the jiu-jitsu, your first job?
Jiu-jitsu teacher.
Really?
I've never had a job.
Well, you know what? Let's give him a hand clap for that one.
I've never had a job. I feel like I beat the system. I got a job one time at 17, 18 years old just to prove to my sister I could get a job.
Really?
Because I've been blessed.
Yes.
I've been blessed. There's a student who was autistic.
Okay.
And they didn't allow him to be in the group setting. A young kid, 4 years old. So they told me teach him private classes. And I was 16 years old. So I taught him private classes, and I would get paid for that. And at that time, it was like $20 an hour.
Wow.
And then after people found out that I was running the kids' classes or helping assist them. So people who wanted extra attention with their kids would come to me, and they would pay the academy. And then I would make $20 an hour. And then I would start going into adults. and I was really good at getting people to train and do privates and everything. So that was my job.
Wow.
And then at 18, I got a Kmart security job just to say that I could do it. And I literally went in there, did an interview. They said, you got the job, start tomorrow. And I never showed up.
Oh, okay.
It was just to say like a big ha-ha to my sister.
Wow.
I was like, you said, because she, you know, we got into a little thing. I think we're talking about jobs or something. And she was like, you don't know how hard it is out in the real world. How fucking hard could it be? She's like, to get a job. I was like, bro, I'll get a fucking job right now. She's like, no, you got a job because of this. Go get a real job. And I was like, does working at Kmart and doing this is a real job? She goes, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. Went to the Kmart right there on Sepulveda in Vermont.
Right.
It was back in the day. Now it's like a Ross or something like that.
Yeah.
Went in there and got a job. And that was it. And then never showed up to work.
Wow. Okay. So we went from kickboxing to baseball. And at what age jiu-jitsu? And what inspired that? Who took you there?
Jiu-jitsu was happened later that year.
Okay.
Because I did baseball and it ended, and then you have another part of baseball. And then after that, someone from Carson, he wasn't from Carson before, but now he's from Carson. He was 18, I was 13, and I remember playing with all my friends outside my house, and he just came out with everyone. They called him Little Man, and he started fighting me for no reason.
Really?
And this is already, like, I'm 13 years old, and this was already bald, tattooed up, everything. And I'm kind of like, oh, shit. And then I'm not going to lie, I tried to run back into my house, and my dad was like, go.
Was he an older kid?
18, I was 13. It made no sense till this day. It made no sense. And I ran into him when I was 17, and all he had to do was apologize. So I let him off the hook. Yeah.
Okay, you give his ass a pass.
Because of that, because when we fought, I lost. Because he would grab me in the headlock, and he would beat me up on the ground. And
so he didn't allow you to, if you will, fight him at a distance, kick him.
No, he just went in there and grabbed me and threw me on the ground. And I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
I didn't know even how to get out of it. Even wrestling with my cousins before, you know, in Mexico, like I would always, when the second I hit the back or my back was on the ground, I was lost. And then my dad told me about jiu-jitsu because we saw the early UFCs.
Yeah.
November 5th, 1993. Denver, Colorado. They had UFC fights where it was Royce Gracie, and it was all these guys, no rules, no time limits. Only rules was no eye gouging and no biting. Or that was it. You could nut shot anything.
I remember those, man.
So if you remember, Royce was the little guy who just took all these giants down and choked them out.
Yeah.
And he won. And my dad said, that's what you need to learn. Because you already know how to strike, he goes, but on the ground, that's what you need to learn. And we found that there was a school right there on Carson Street in Cabrillo, basically. And we signed up. You know, my dad took 1 year out behind my mom's back because it was like $130 a month.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I saw it, and I said, I want to do this. Because I think they allowed you like 7 days to train for free. So I trained 7 days for free, and it's a hook. And I was like, oh, this is dope.
Really?
And then after that, I was like, Dad, yeah, I'm down. And to you, it's like, to you, you're happy because I'm fighting. And to me, I'm happy because I'm doing something that I actually love again. And my mom was like, nope. My dad went to the bank, got 130 times 12. Paid it in cash. There's no refunds. He bit the bullet for me. Yeah, wow. My mom fucked him up. Yeah, cause we're poor, you know. So you can't do that,
right?
You know. And even I look at him today, like, bro, that was irresponsible of you.
It was irresponsible.
But I'm very happy that you did it.
Yes, he invested in his son.
Yeah.
He invested in it.
Yeah.
It's an irresponsible, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
He invested in his son.
But I'm not making my mom a bad guy. She was just being a woman and taking care of the money, you know?
Yeah.
Because she didn't know what it was going to lead to. Because every time I say things like that, my mom gets mad at me like I'm throwing shade at her. And it's like, I love you, mama. Yeah.
Right.
She was doing the logical thing at that time.
So, I mean, since I don't know anything about jiu-jitsu, I've seen Royce Gracie fight.
Yeah.
What is some of the first things that, like in kickboxing, I know it's kicking, obviously because it's called kickboxing. In jiu-jitsu, is it headlocks? What is it? The majority of the things that you
It's grappling, right? It's locking someone down. I'll paint it real quick where it's a fight that is not interrupted. 90% of all fights that are not interrupted end up on the ground. And if you don't know what to do there, that's a dangerous place to be.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu teaches you how to grab the fight how to get the fight to the ground on your will, or even against your will, and basically tie these guys up in a pretzel, tire them out, and you have the ability to expose your will on them. Whether you can choke them out, you can break their arm, you can kill someone, or you can have mercy on them, depending on who you are as a person, right? And that's what jiu-jitsu does. It puts you in a situation that if I'm in a room with anyone and there's no one there, I'm going to be all right. And that's it. Like, I will be able to hold you, control you, and even hurt you if I have to. And that's what it does. It's basically self-defense at its purest form.
Where did that originate from? Like, for the people that may not know where jiu-jitsu comes from.
From Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a big family called the Gracie family. It was two brothers called Carlos and A.L.T. Gracie. And they took original Japanese jiu-jitsu, but it was mostly like any fighting, right? They have weight classes. So what they did is they modified everything that they learned and used leverage to where the little guy can beat the big guy by using technique and leverage and not brute strength. So just the way I maneuver my body and use my body mechanics to break your whole arm, I don't have to just snap it, right? I can use my whole body to do something to get that leverage and those mechanics and still hold and control you and defend myself. And they did that. They modified the whole thing. And through years and years, they've been doing that. It's one of the biggest families known to mixed martial arts in general.
Yeah.
It's the Gracie family because they all had like 24 kids and they had 10 kids and those kids had it's a big family, man. They don't even know each other.
Wow.
That's how crazy it is. Yeah, they'll run into each other and you're like, you're what? They just got to find the source up to what tree and then they'll find out how they're related.
Right. So when you began training, how long are your days in training when you first started? When you said, I believe you were 13?
Yeah.
Was it about an hour a day?
Once a day. Once a day, an hour a day.
Okay, and could you say that, like, you got good at it quickly? Like,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And as far as you said at 16 you started teaching.
Yeah.
So you must have gotten good really quick.
So 13 to that 1 year I got free, or basically, right? My dad.
Yes.
I fell in love with it. I trained nonstop every day. I wouldn't miss a day, even a Saturday. And if they opened it up on Sunday, I was there on Sunday, even if it was at 7 a.m. After my year was over, my mom said, no more. Go do something else that's cheaper. Because we can't afford $130 a month, mijo.
Yeah.
She goes, we can't do it. So I went in there and I said, I have to quit. I'm sorry, I can't afford it. I love this, but I can't afford it. And Henner took me in and said, work for me and you can train for free. So I cleaned the whole building. I washed laundry. I did the towels, the kimonos, they're called gis that we wear. I washed them, folded them. I did everything just to train.
And was your mom cool with that? She was cool? Like, okay.
Yeah, if anything, she was like, good, teach him responsibility.
Yeah.
Because he don't clean his room here. So
my son.
Yeah, so he don't clean his room there, but he'll clean that whole building.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense to me now. I barely started cleaning my room at 32. So anyways, I cleaned and did all that, and I would shadow him. Basically, like I'm his assistant.
Yeah, yeah.
So if he was teaching a group class, I would be the dummy, or not the dummy, but the person that would just be silent and use me to explain. And that was it. So I was there for all the classes that he needed me, and when he didn't need me, I was in there washing stuff and making sure that the building was good.
That's dope, man.
And after that, 15, I did my first fight. Fell in love with it. It never paid. So at 16, I got the opportunity to teach and work like that. So
now when you say your first fight, this was like the first time you're actually going heads up with somebody in jiu-jitsu?
In the cage.
Not
jiu-jitsu. Okay, I did jiu-jitsu tournaments. They were fun.
Okay.
I think within 6 months of training, I was like, throw me in a tournament.
So so this was a tournament. It wasn't necessarily like you were professional just yet.
No, they're fights. They're illegal underground fights.
Oh wow!
Where we had no gloves. No, you had to be 18. My dad lied, said I was 18. I was 15.
Holy shit!
It was crazy. So I went in there scared as shit because I weighed 124 pounds and the guy was like 155 and he was 18 and he was 55 pounds and he looks yoked and I'm skinny and I was like, shit. I had to open my mouth up and say, yeah, I fought before. Because it came through that conversation. Like some guy came in and said, hey, man, there's some fights and this and that. And there was like one guy that was down and he said, yeah. And he looked at me and I was like, getting peer pressure, right? Yeah, I'm down. I fought before.
Yeah.
And then that was it. We went over there and we fought and
So okay.
And it was crazy.
If you can walk us through the bell rings, do you rush his ass? Does he rush you?
I'm calm and patient as I can be. Very observant. Because the whole thing with jiu-jitsu is I got to draw you to me.
Oh.
And the second I get you to commit, I meet you in the middle and just take you down.
Okay.
Right.
Did you implement any of the kickboxing skills along with your jiu-jitsu?
I hit him like 2-3 times in the face and probably landed a couple kicks. But the fight went to the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I made sure I clashed because I had the Gracie as my corner, and he was like, yo, like, we got to get this guy down. I don't care about striking. I don't even care about you hitting him. Like, I want him to the ground and just choke him out.
Oh, shit.
They would take pride off winning fights without even throwing a punch. They would slap you.
Wow.
So they would get you down, and you would get mad, and they'd just slap you in the face, and then they would choke you out. So that was their way of saying, this really works. And
wow.
and you know the slaps could easily can be punches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you won that one, and what comes next for you?
I got hooked.
Okay.
I got hooked. It was that, and then it was anywhere I can find a fight at because they're all illegal. So it was like now it's just word of mouth. IG, none of this Facebook, none of that MySpace. I think was barely coming up. So, and even then it was illegal. So it was just wherever you can find it. So it was just word of mouth. I would go to tournaments and I'm like, hey man,
get me in.
Where's any fights at? Have you heard of any fights? And have you heard this? And then my homie was the same thing. And then they're like, hey, there's one all the way over here, like in Marietta. But like, let's go. Drive all the way over there. Let's go fight. And some of those were tournament based. So you would fight 2-3 times in one day.
Oh shit.
It was like a bracket. Yeah, it was like, and you would beat up. I remember one time I fought and I made it to the finals, but I was done. I limped, or I proudly limped kind of to get to the ring.
Right.
And I already knew. I told my homie, I go, bro, I'm about to get fucked up. I go, I'm done. He was like, nah, just fucking do it. Walk, homie. I was like, go with Ghetto too, you know. He was in the corner, like, fuck him up, you know. And I walked in there and I was in the ring, ready, like I'm gonna lose the finals because I'm beat.
Yeah.
And the guy tried to walk and he said, I'm beat, I can't. And I was like, whew.
Oh shit. Okay.
So I won the fight just because I was willing to fight again.
Right.
And I won the whole finals, but they were tournament based.
At what age did you decide to turn professional? Was it your idea, your father's idea, your trainer's idea?
19 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, 19 years old. Decided to turn pro.
Okay.
18, I was getting in trouble, fighting like some cases and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I got locked up on my 18th birthday, and then so they found out the Gracies, so they're like, "Hey, man, what's going on?" You know, so
Yeah.
because growing up in the neighborhood, you know, you're still doing shit. So after a year of that, and everyone getting locked up, and I just kind of saw everything unraveling in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
This guy got life. This guy got this. This guy did. This guy got 6 years. These guys are all, and then I'm like, oh fuck. It was like this, and I'm like, if I beat my case, Diosito, like I promise.
Me porto bien.
Hey, I promise, I'll do good.
Yeah.
Sure enough, overpopulation of jails, first time offense. I took a deal. I was good.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. How you answered my prayer. Kind of was hoping you didn't because I still want to misbehave.
Right.
And I met one of my old coaches, and he was like, "Hey man, they're shooting some videos to promote a brand that they had," and I went in there just to do jiu-jitsu to make their video look cool. And then after that, he was like, "Hey, have you ever done any striking?" I go, I mean, I just lock myself in the room with the homies and we just strike, but I've never actually had boxing. So we went to Favela Chavez gym right there on Scott Park.
Uh-huh.
And I sparred him and his brothers. And that's when he was like, you got heart, man. He's like, we're trying to hit you, we're trying to crack you, and you just keep coming. He was like, you got heart. He goes, I'll train you, but I heard things about you. And so if you want to knock that shit off and listen to me, I'll take you in. If not, then good luck. And at that time, I was like, nah, I'll take this offer, bro.
Yeah.
And then I just started going over there, and he didn't even know how to really train like solid skills as like a real OG boxing coach would.
Okay.
But we just made it up on the fly in his garage.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I would learn combinations that I would see, and I would tell him to do them, and that's how it is. At 19 years old, he told me, turn pro. My dad said no. Everyone said no. My mom thought it was a phase.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, no, this is real. Like, no. Like, she was like, don't do it. Go teach jiu-jitsu. And my dad was like, ay, mijo, like, professional? He's like, esos son adultos. Those are guys they're real killers in there. They're not just this amateur stuff that you're doing, illegal fights.
Right.
He's like, these guys are the real deal. Like, almost to this day, I'm like, hey, like, what's up? You didn't believe in me or what?
Right.
What was that about? Why is this guy that I don't know believing in me more than you, bro? And so me obviously being anything that went against my dad at the time was like, I'm doing it.
You know, I'm going to back up and then we're going to pick up right where we left off. But you said something like that your trainer at that time that took you in said, you have heart. Okay. And that is something you can't teach heart. Because I've known dudes that were young, when we were young, were taking karate classes, but always got their ass kicked on the streets, even with so many karate classes. And I realized later on that they just didn't have the heart. I knew guys that told me they studied jiu-jitsu, but were always getting their asses knocked out.
Yeah.
So, and then I started realizing, you know what? You can't teach heart. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I agree with you.
Okay. Because I think there's some guys that really know their craft, but when somebody says, what's up, bitch?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you have to have, I always say, like 3 pillars.
Okay.
Right? And what makes someone a world champion is you have to have at least 2 of the 3 pillars. One is that heart, right? That dog.
Yeah.
I could take as many hits and you ain't gonna take me out. Like, I'm gonna keep coming.
Yeah.
Another pillar is a competitor. You have to have a competition. You have to be competitive.
Yeah.
And the other one is you have to be athletic. Right? Very few people have 3. Where you see someone who's very competitive, but they're a fucking dog, and they're very athletic. Typically, those 3, though, if you carry those 3, you're typically a world champ. So when you see people, I put them in those 3 pillars. I go, this guy, he's competitive, he's athletic, but he don't got that dog in him. So when I put pressure on him and I show him that I'm there in his face, relentless, they're gonna fold.
Yeah.
And so that might help you associate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. So your dad put you in kickboxing and then jiu-jitsu, but when you told him you wanted to go professional, he almost said, are you sure? So I guess my question to you is then, was it just to keep you off the street and he never thought it was going to go anywhere?
I don't know. I have no idea. At that time, he was in Alabama.
Okay.
Or he's working over there. So, I don't know, man. I did my pro debut without him there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Walk us through your pro debut, if you will. I have to ask you this. Were you nervous?
Every fight, you're nervous.
Okay.
Every fight. It hasn't changed.
And obviously, you knew who your opponent was. Oh, you didn't?
I met him that day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And obviously, same weight this time?
No. The pros, like the atmosphere back in that day, very unorganized.
Oh, okay.
I fought a guy who was probably 155, and I weighed in at 135.
Wow, at least 20
I
pounds.
never had a face-off or nothing. I never even got paid.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're training.
And I took like half my fucking lip off in that fight because I forgot that pro fights have elbows to your face. Yeah. I had to learn the hard way.
And your trainer at this time didn't know?
Like I said, we're learning this.
Raw, yeah.
Yeah, we're learning it as we face it. We didn't even have a kit. Like, all we grabbed was someone's Vaseline and put it on the hand.
Let's
and
go.
Then we had a mini water bottle, and we took it. You know how people have the whole buckets? And like, we didn't have none of that. It was like, grab the fucking tub here because it's your Vaseline, but let's just borrow some. And then the little water bottle. So it's like, bro, you don't better not get thirsty in this fight because you only have this much. You only have this much water.
Wow.
And some random person hand wrapped me.
Fuck.
Just back in there, like, hey man, can you hand wrap me? What? Who do you have? No one. What the? Almost like, and he looking at my coaches, and he's like, "Fuck, we don't know how to do it."
Wow.
And he's like, "Come over here, man. Wrap my hands and everything, and take me up." And the commission puts the exit up and everything, and then I had gloves, you know.
Yeah.
And the mouthpiece, we bought it the day of the fight, boiled it in, like, couldn't even really boil it in. It just having it on ripped my lip up. Like,
wow.
It was funny, man. Now that I think about it, like, right now I'm like, damn, that was very unprofessional. But
it was your pro debut, but you were very unprofessional.
Yeah, very.
Oh, so now you end up winning this fight. Okay. How long before your next one?
I got a immediate, like, bug. I probably would say a couple months.
Okay.
Yeah, and only because you had to find the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that guy was even bigger than the first one.
Wow. Oh, okay. Walk us through your first face down. How many fights into being a pro did you finally say, okay, I'm going to go to the weigh-in?
Third fight in.
Third fight.
Third fight in.
Okay.
Yeah, I left that organization. I found another one called Respect in the Cage, right here off at the Fox Theater in Pomona.
Okay.
And I still remember his name, Vincent Martinez. First weigh-in of my life, where I felt like it was pro. I went in there. I got on the scale, 145 pounds or 140, whatever my weight was. He got on the scale. We faced off. People took photos. There was girls in the back. Like, everything looked pro.
Yeah.
And then we fought in the venue, and the cage was solid. It was stable. Like, there was no weird stuff going on in the background. Like, we had our lockers. It was my first experience to where, like, this is dope. You walk in there, photographer, the whole setup. It was dope. Beautiful venue.
Okay.
Beautiful venue.
And you got paid for that one?
Yeah, because I could sell tickets.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I sold tickets. I realized that through the academy and through everyone I knew in the neighborhood and through everyone my coach knew, like, just the ticket sales were through the roof.
No
I
shit.
would sell $500, $600, $700 tickets. And these people were like, they go, you get 20% of it. Because at the time, fighters were getting like $600 to fight.
Yeah.
$600 to win, and 20% of their tickets, which was nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, fuck you guys. I want half of my ticket sales. They're like, nope. I said, but I ain't fucking fighting for you. I already saw your venue. It only holds like 2,000 people. I sold like 800 tickets.
Wow.
Like, fuck you.
Did you finally agree or
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that I got paid like $3,000 the first one, and I was happy as hell.
No shit.
Spent it all on the weekend, but
Yeah.
I got money. Gave a little bit to the coach, and then boom, I blew mine because I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, here I have your record, and please correct me if I'm wrong in any of these.
Yeah.
I think they're up to date. 15 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 3 by knockout, 7 by submission, 5 by decision. Okay.
8 by submission. Then they remarked one in.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
yeah.
8 by submission. Now, I looked at your whole highlight reel, and again, I don't know the jiu-jitsu words, but is the guillotine, is that how they pronounce it?
Yeah. Guillotine.
Okay.
Same thing.
What exactly is that move? Because I've noticed that when you choke somebody the fuck out, I've noticed that every time either their nose was bleeding prior, or when you were choking them out. Please walk us through that.
Nosebleed or not, you grab their neck, and it's almost like a front headlock.
Okay.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And then what you do is you squeeze, and then you just choke them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to get real technical with you right now. The human has 2 carotid arteries.
Okay.
Right? They distribute blood flow to and from the brain. It takes 6 to 8 pounds of pressure to plug a carotid artery. When you plug both, you have blood flow to the brain but not leaving. So what happens is when you grab someone and you plug the carotid arteries in any choke, the blood gets filled with brain, or the brain gets full with blood. And once it gets overfilled, you feel like your eyes are going to pop out. Your body hits, your brain has this thing called the vagus nerve. So when the brain gets full of blood, this vagus nerve hits and shuts your body off.
Oh, wow.
And it's like I could always say it's like a computer that has too many tabs open and it shuts off and it restarts. Your body naturally does that when you're getting choked out. That's why I don't know if you've seen people get choked out and then they fall asleep and then later they wake back up.
Yeah.
Because that's the blood finally like, oh, we can leave the brain now. And however long you held that choke for, let's say, and I've done it to many people where like I'll hold it for 5-10 seconds after they go to sleep, and it'll take them 5 to 10 seconds to reboot themselves back up. Anything longer than 20 to 30 is brain damage or death. So that's kind of what happens with any choke, especially the guillotine choke.
Wow. Well, I seen this one guy where you actually had him, and you even had your legs wrapped around him, and he was still standing.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, what the fuck? And then one guy, you hooked his ass, and he just fell back. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, that was dope.
That's fighting for you, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I want to ask you this because, you know, with victories, you do have losses as well.
Absolutely.
And December 8th, if I'm correct, 2018, you fought against a guy named Max Holloway.
Yes.
I saw that fight. Is it safe to say, was he just better? Were you unprepared? You know, kind of fill us in.
Absolutely, that night he was better.
Okay.
And I don't like to make excuses,
Of
right?
course.
Other than where I was in my life at that time was not a good place.
Okay.
I got a taste of fame, money, whim, everything, you name it.
Yeah.
And I just showed up, just not me. Distracted, had a bunch of people in the hotel room partying and drinking, and it just...
Is that common? Like, can you say, Brian, that sometimes it could be a little too much too soon?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know,
And that's what it was, man. You know, and I know now that both times, because both times I lost was for the belt.
yeah.
Both times I was not ready to be in a situation, and God knew that you don't deserve this, right? Because had I got it back then, I would have fucked off my life. And then even had I got it in my recent defeat, I still would have fucked it off, because I always say the first one I was mentally and physically wrong. I wasn't right up here and I wasn't right here. The second time I lost, I was right physically, but I was not right here in my head. And those are just my losses. The last one I don't consider it a loss, because the first round my shoulder just came out.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it wasn't even a fight.
Wow.
So, and he's the champ now too. So if you think about it, it's just all champions.
Yeah. You know, okay, I know a lot about boxing. Now, I know, I was in Vegas, I want to say 1994. Julio Cesar Chavez was fighting Frankie Randall for the rematch. I was there for the first fight when Chavez lost his title the first time. He was about to be 90-0, but he lost. And then, 90-0, I guess, and won, because he had a split decision, not split decision. What do you call it when you tie? Draw with Pernell Whitaker. He fought Frankie Randall. He gets dropped. He loses the title. And then he fights him in May the following year. So I was there for that fight. There was a guy named Johnny Taco that my friend Ray took me to. This was a gym. And he got us in. He gave the owner just a bottle of whiskey, so he let us in. I'm there just chilling. I'm in my 20s. And I turn around and I see Julio Cesar Chavez, like just as close as he is, rapping it. And I got fucking nervous. I got groupied out, bro. Because that's like our hero right there, bro.
It is, bro.
You know? So he's looking at me and I'm like, you know? But I will say this. So Emmanuel Stewart walks in. Anybody who doesn't know who Emmanuel Stewart, first of all, rest in peace, but he trained Thomas the Hitman Hearns.
Yeah.
And Emmanuel Stewart, I said, hey, Emmanuel, how you doing? He was a real friendly guy. And I go, hey, man, I just want to ask you, bro. You think Julio's going to win? I asked him that question. And he said, well, look, let me tell you something. He told me the truth. He said he can't fight Frankie Randall on the outside. He's going to have to fight him in the inside. I don't know if he thought I was a boxer or just a groupie. But he said, but when he first took the fight with Frankie Randall, he goes, I told Don King, this guy's style, if he fights him 100 times, Frankie Randall is going to win. He said, because styles make fights.
Yeah.
So he said, for the rematch, Don King called me and said, I want you to train Julio. So we saw Julio, and he did a couple of rounds sparring where he was just boxing. Man, bro, this guy can throw fucking hands, bro. But after, then they started fighting on the inside. He even had him use his fucking head. Boom, 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 use his head. You know, and I was there. Of course, Chavez got that cut. It was a headbutt. They gave the decision to Chavez. But I asked I asked Emmanuel Stewart after the fight. And I said, I saw Julio say that he felt that his best fight was left in the gym. So Emmanuel explained that to me. He said, we trained for about a month and a half. I told him that. He usually trains for about a month, sometimes even 3 weeks. And I said, no. Since he doesn't train for about a month and a half, he felt that it took a lot out of him. Mm-hmm. So now, for your title fights, as a UFC fighter, how long do you train for the fight? Is it about the same, less, more?
3 months.
3 months, okay.
Yeah, 3 months. 1 month is called pre-camp,
okay,
which is you just kind of dial your life in to get ready to do nothing, right? Other than train, eat, sleep, and train. Eat, sleep, yeah.
So is it more of a mental thing?
Yeah, because right now, like even as we speak, not right now necessarily, but if I was in the old state, I would be having distractions, right? If someone calls me, hey, let's go out, there's no reason why there's not a reason for me not to say no, right?
Right.
But right now, if let's say it's Friday and they say, hey man, go out, party, hit the club. All right, fuck it, let's go. Drink a little bit, have fun, dance a little bit, whatever it is, right? And then come back and then just do your thing. So pre-camp is just you kind of saying goodbye to all your distractions. And then 2 months is you hitting it hard. It's just like, all right, you had your month to kind of say goodbye and maybe go out a couple of times. And then now you're hitting it really hard for the next 2 months. So all you do is eat, sleep, and train.
Do you ever hear, because, in this whole UFC world, people say, man, I left it all at the gym, or I gave it too much, in the gym, and when I got to the ring, I didn't have it. Is that possible?
Absolutely. You get burned out.
Okay, yeah, that's the word I'm looking
100%. That's very true.
Okay.
You get burned out.
Okay.
And then there's ways about that, right? They're called, we do what's called like a deload week, right? Where they will burn me out for 3 weeks, and there's no break. And then once I hit it 3 weeks, they stop you, and then you go light for a week. You still train. Your schedule is the same, but you're just doing everything light. And by the time you hit like your Saturday, like 1 week of it, your body's recovered, and you almost like, let's say you went up this much. If you don't stop, you start to go down.
Yeah.
So what they say is you go up, and then we go here, and it allows you to climb back up. So the deload is to let your body catch up to your rest, to everything, to even hit that reset button, right?
Yeah.
So I can go hard again, and then you start hitting all your new PRs, and then you just go again. And if you think about it, it's 3 weeks, 1 week deload, 3 weeks, fight week deload, and on Saturday night you cut weight and everything, and you're just ready to unleash this monster.
In boxing, growing up, of course, I grew up around the era of the Sugar Ray, the Thomas Hearns, the marvelous Marvin Hagler, Roberto Duran,
Yeah.
Those guys. And many of those fighters during that era, my brother would tell me, I guess my brother Frank would always tell me, those two guys don't fucking like each other. They can't stand each other. And it was real. Today, like maybe you could fill me in, but when I saw Conor McGregor along with Mayweather, I just thought that fight was bullshit. Come to find out they were friends, but it was all for fucking show.
Yeah.
Okay. So my brother would tell me, that these guys really fucking hated each other. Is there still matches like that in the UFC about dudes that just do not like each other?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
One thing about the UFC is it's the fighting is real.
Yeah.
The beef sometimes it depends. Ever since Conor came into the scene, everyone's trying to be more of let me push you at the weigh-ins, let me do this, let me start a fight before the fight. It sells fights. It gives people the attention because people love drama, right?
Yes.
You see two guys and they're very respectful, you don't give a fuck.
Very true. It's
Right?
nice.
Like, you're not gonna care about the win. You're not gonna, like, if you're scrolling through Instagram,
Yeah.
you're gonna stop and like, oh, and then hit the like button. That's what the fuck it's for.
Right.
You know,
right.
and then that like turns into a share because you're like, yo, guys, if you have a group chat, check this shit out today. Check it, right?
Right.
So it gets more views. It's more clickbait, right?
Right.
So two respectful guys won't get that.
Very
It's
true.
just everyone sees that all the time. So
Yeah.
people are now trying to do something to make it different because if you are different, you sell more. If you sell more, you get paid more, right?
Yeah.
More notoriety, more sales, more sponsorship things, more deals. You name it, right? If you have all the attention on you, you
Yeah.
have the power. So
Very true.
I see that part. But yeah, there's people out there who legitly they don't like each other. They hate each other. You know, Masvidal and Colby Covington is one of them right off the bat. You know,
Okay.
it's legitly like Masvidal is a fighter and he socked up this guy outside in the street, and this guy Covington pressed charges and like full bitch mood, right? But
Right.
like did all that. So
Wow.
it's you know, a couple people are legit. You know, I had my own little beefs in there too, and it's just whatever, you know.
There was a guy. Well, I saw it on a TMZ clip where you slapped the shit out of a guy. I guess, and
Yeah.
he was in the seats.
Yeah.
What was all that about? Because I remember they kind of caught you saying something like, "I told you I would slap your bitch ass" or some shit like that.
Yeah, it was just. I mean, me and him squashed it. We talked and shit, you know.
Okay.
But
Was it another fighter or was it just a fan?
no, it was a manager. He's famous in his own world.
Okay.
Right. And to me, it was the same thing to that. It was just like, hey man, just don't step into my world.
Okay.
Right? Like, stop talking shit. Don't go on the internet, you know, because like you're somebody, you know.
Yeah.
Like you're not a fan where I won't never see you. You're actually somebody that's famous, and I will run into you.
Okay.
And if you know me, I give anyone and everyone the utmost respect.
Absolutely.
You cross me, I'm coming for you. You know, that was my mentality. So at that time, it was like, all right, bro. Like, I told you chill. You didn't chill. When I run into you, you'll see. And I ran into him, and that's what that situation ended up being, you know. But
Yeah.
we talked, and everything is, you know, miscommunication, I guess. So
Yeah. It's all good.
it's all good, yeah.
Yeah. You know, earlier
I learned to take things not that personal.
Yes. Earlier, you had mentioned, I had mentioned, is it possible a little bit too much too soon for your career? And you said yes. Do you think that was the case with, God, I just had her, Holly Holm and somebody help me out here.
Ronda Rousey?
Ronda Rousey. Because my son was always bragging about, Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
Oh, she's the toughest woman. And I think she only had like 10 fights at the time, if I'm correct. And I said, I guess because I looked at it more like boxing. I said, mijo, if a boxer only has 10 fights, don't overhype him just yet.
Yeah.
But he was, she's the best in the world. And I said, maybe, but she only has 10 fights. So that day we saw the fight and we saw she got knocked the hell out. And I looked at him, he goes, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't. People were saying because she just had so much going on that by the time she got to fight, maybe she just wasn't there anymore. Took the fight too lightly. I know you can't speak for her, but from the outside looking in and seeing the fight play out, what would you think?
I've trained with her before.
Okay.
Yeah. She used to come to the Gracie gym and train for her fights.
Okay.
Ronda's a pioneer, right?
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to women's fighting. Ronda is a pioneer, and she set the bar for all women.
Yes.
She made it possible to where women of all ages, even now, have this dream that if you want to become a fighter, you can. I think the situation with her was, I don't know her personal life, right? But what I do know is that these fighters that are coming up, you haven't seen much on them, but they've seen a lot on you.
Yes, absolutely.
And not only that, but this game is a game that's always evolving. That's the crazy part. It's not, like boxing is always evolving.
Yeah.
But because boxing is over 100 years old,
Yes.
it's almost reached a plateau where it's very hard to find evolution in it, right? From footwork to the Lomachenkos to the pressure fighters to the inside to the outside, to you pretty much have it figured out, and you can create that concoction with the perfect fighter, right?
Yes.
MMA is evolving.
Yes.
Because jiu-jitsu is mixing up with wrestling, and wrestling is mixing with boxing. Because we have so many arts, just to perfect an art is impossible. Now imagine you doing all the arts, and now imagine mixing all the arts. So there's always going to be someone who has a crazy mind, who's very creative, and is always mixing things up. And then you're going to get the youngsters who learn from us, and they're going to take what we did and what they're learning, and they're going to mix. So you're always getting hit with different waves.
Yes.
And what happens is, like, if she was just good at what she did,
yeah,
she was good at boxing, staying in there, getting a hold of you, taking you down, punishing you, and submitting you. Once people caught a hold of that, they knew, stay away, kick, make her miss, make her get eager. And that's what happened, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like she tried to evolve and tried, but by then, I don't know if life or the love of the sport either, because that dies too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the fans are brutal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lose and they all turn against you. And
that sucks.
it sucks.
It's true.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you, depending on who you are, you know, like it can get to you really bad, man. You know, get depressed, you get sad, you start thinking negative thoughts.
Did that ever get to you?
Even absolutely, man. Yeah, that absolutely. I've been in dark places, man. Yeah, I've been in some fucking dark places that I'm barely now in my life climbing out of. So yeah, I've been there, done that.
Okay.
And even Rhonda says, you know, like she said like she was contemplating suicide after the loss. Wow. That's how bad she felt.
Yeah.
You know, and I understood that, you know, because you don't know the pressure that one puts on themselves to go out there and perform and give it their best. So when failure happens at the expense of you getting made fun of, you know, it sucks.
You know, it really, really does suck, because the same people that are like, yeah, fuck you, you're a bum, you're no good.
They're team you before the fight, and now they're team them after the fight.
Oh my God, you know how that reminds me of fucking Don King. Don King will walk in with the champion. As soon as the champion loses, he's with the new champion.
Yeah, they jump ship.
They jump ship.
But that's the problem with. I don't understand that. Cause Raider fans or any fan, right? No, like I didn't mean it like that. Everyone's like, "Fuck you." Anybody, right? You name anyone, because teams, it's hard to win a fucking World Series or anything, right?
Yes, yes.
What I'm saying is, how many times have you seen teams rise up and lose,
yes,
but yet you still stay loyal to them?
Absolutely.
But you can't do that to a person who's fighting?
No, you're absolutely right.
I don't get that.
Is
it the environment? Is it the culture? What is it that us or the promotion or something is doing wrong to where we don't, for the most part, we don't have loyal fans? I see people have Raider tattoos, Rams tattoos. They ride with you.
Yeah.
That's loyalty. We don't have that in this game.
Damn.
I would say 10% of my fans are loyal.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to share something with you, because I saw it in the Spanish news. Julio Cesar Chavez, because I really watched him religiously. When he would win a fight defending his title and they flew him back to Mexico, they would have a parade for him. When he lost against Frankie Randall in 1994, when he flew back, only his wife was there. And I just thought that was so fucked up, bro. I'm like, wow.
At least he had someone there for him.
Yes, at least he had somebody there. You know, I remember one of my buddies was training this one kid and a boxing, and this kid lost. And he invited me because he goes, this guy's like 8-0 right now. You know, it's really dope. He's coming up. When that kid lost, he told the parents and he told the kid, it's my fault. It's my fault. he says, you lost because of me. You got dropped because of me. I didn't prepare you correctly. I didn't. And he told me, he said, man, you know what? You're right. I myself got caught up in the hype that I got somebody special. He goes, and I started taking less, if you will, I started spending less time with him because I just thought he's just good.
Yeah.
He's just a natural. But not knowing that somebody going up against him, it's their Super Bowl. And I'm going to give it all I got. And I think sometimes, and I'm not a fighter and I'm not trying to speak for a fighter, but I just think sometimes they have so much going on that other guy has the fucking eye of the tiger and it's his Super Bowl.
Bro, you said it perfect. I think people forget that we're human.
Yeah.
You know? You have a bad day, right? You go to work. You know, you might not be fully concentrated, but you get through it.
Yeah.
You know? We have a bad day. And we happen to have a bad day on the day of our fight. We're fighting in front of 20,000 people. You're fighting for your life. And you're going to be judged on that performance for the rest of your life. I still am. And that's just a fact of the nature of what we do. And it's something that you have to learn to accept and love. You know, because if you hold resentment towards it or anything, you're not going to, like, it brings up negative energy, negative thoughts, to where it's like, yo, what can I do? That's where accountability comes in, right?
Yeah.
If you're a fighter, and that's what I mean, I have complete isolation, right? I've done it before, and it was some of the best camps of my life, and I've done it with no isolation and people or women around or a woman around, and it fucks you up.
Yeah.
Because you have to be focused. You have to go in there ready, and that's what you mean by the eye of the tiger. My life, the way even how I live it outside right now, not in training camp. Like, I wake up and I'm very like what I do.
Yes.
I wake up, I do this, you know, I take a cold shower, do my bed. I'm on everything. I go to training, I come back, I eat, I take a nap, I go back, I train again. And this is just me living regular life. If we have to do something, I'll call Andy right now. Hey, Andy, let's shoot some stuff, bro. Like, I got some ideas, or you shoot me some ideas. And let's just get to work. So by the time I started camp, like, I'm already in routine. Nothing can, like, I don't have to get back in line. I'm already in line.
Yeah.
And that's the new me right now. The old me wasn't like that. Right now, I would be partying. Wednesday night, what's cracking on a Wednesday night?
Right.
What can we get into? Strip club? Like, what's going on?
Strip clubs are usually popping on Wednesdays.
Something, right? Like, something where we can drink and hang out. I didn't even care about the women. It was like,
Right.
let's just find a place to drink.
And some hot wings.
There you go. And that was it. And then finally it was like, I have to come and, hey, you have a fight coming, bro, like 3 months. You're like, fuck. Almost like I have to say bye to this life. And then it was like, now I have to say bye to this life. And now I look at myself and I weigh 185 pounds and I have to get to 145 in 3 months.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm not focused.
Yes.
I'm too distracted. So now my weight is solid. I am solid. My conditioning, everything is great. If I was to get asked to do a fight in 1 week, I'm ready.
I have two questions before we take some calls. Okay, which one do I want to do first? Okay. Is in your wins, is there any wins, and it might be somewhat of an odd question. In your wins, do you ever look back and say, I fucking could have done better?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very hard on myself.
Okay.
Like, that's why sometimes a lot of people get upset about the internet or what they say. I'm like, bro, there's nothing that you guys have said to me that I haven't told myself.
Yeah.
I go, I'm worse on myself than you are. Like, that's all you got?
Yeah.
Fuck, you don't know how I talk to myself. And And it's because I know myself. There's wins where I win and I'm like, I would look at my team, what the fuck are you guys celebrating?
Wow.
I won in the third round. If I didn't knock this guy out, we would have lost. Like, why are you guys so fucking happy? I almost lost. I don't like that. I would be at the club. Everyone's drinking. I have the little water bottles. Like, mad.
Yeah.
Mad. I don't know. And you know, it's something I have to learn to understand. Like, why? I'm mad at myself.
Yeah. You know, a lot of boxers, again, I follow a lot of boxers and I've gone to a lot of boxing matches. And one thing I do know that throughout their boxers' careers, they switch up trainers.
Yeah.
Have you had to do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is necessary then?
Depends on your situation, right? Every situation is different, right? If your trainer is always working with you, always growing with you, and he is not trying to take from you, then I feel like it's a good situation, right? But the second, like I said, money comes in greed comes in this. So there's a lot of factors that come in. Sometimes trainers overplay their part in their position and what they should get paid just because they see that your pocket's getting bigger, right? So you have to watch out for that. Then you also have the fact and the things of you could only, let's say you have so much knowledge that I can only receive. And if I'm not the best with your knowledge and there's more knowledge out there, you as a coach have to be selfless for my benefit to say, hey, champ, I taught you everything I know.
Yeah.
Let me take you here because this guy can take you from where you're at right now to the next level. And if you're trying to be a world champ, these are the guys. But that takes accountability and you almost have to hurt your ego, right, as a coach.
Yeah.
Because you have to say, I can't show you everything. I don't have all the answers. So now I have a choice to make. Die with a lie or say, hey, I love you. Go over here. I'll watch you and I can still be with you. Or you part ways, right?
Yeah.
And typically it always ends bad.
Yeah.
Because that's a hit to the ego.
Yeah.
Right? Where you feel like I can't do nothing for this person.
Yeah. Okay.
And to me, a real coach is someone who can self-evaluate themselves and say, I showed you everything I could show you.
Yeah. You're right.
Let's go over here.
I want you to grow.
Yeah. And and now you have to think like, if you're stopping my growth, why?
Yeah.
Right?
No, you're right.
Like, why are you stopping my growth?
Yeah.
And you know I can grow more. So things like that. So then you always have to just, at the end of the day, you want to progress.
Yeah.
You want to progress. You want to get better. And trainers will do that for you,
Okay.
And so sometimes it's necessary and sometimes it's not. There's some people that have a great team and great coaches who are world champions and they're still elevating their fighters. And then you have other people where it's not the case.
Yeah.
So every situation varies.
Okay. Before I connect you guys to the roadcaster, 2023, Brian, what can we expect from Brian Ortega 2023?
2023 is finally me knowing myself fully, or getting to know myself, actually meeting myself for the first time without running or numbing myself. I'm someone who's taken accountability on all actions of every aspect of my life, and I'm not playing around with my life anymore. I used to have fun and play with my life before, and I would train, I would fight, and I would just entertain you guys. Now I'm trying to make something happen for real. I've never been as focused as I am. I've never been as disciplined as I am. And now I'm just coming full force, Yeah. So if you thought you saw me before, like, get ready to meet the new me.
Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and put the number up, and we'll go ahead and take care of that. Put the number up. Okay, you guys, if for some reason I didn't get to ask the right questions that you guys wanted me to ask, you guys go ahead and call in and get to one question, please. Get to one question and give everybody an opportune time. Be mindful of the other caller, and we'll go from there. So ask your question, and let's see. Bam. All right. Okay.
I've never done a live YouTube one. That's crazy.
Okay.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Oh, yeah.
I only seen like live IG.
Okay, callers, let's go. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Caller. Yo, you there? I'm about to hang up, bro. Okay, let's hang up. Sometimes we get some guys that just want to call in and make a damn noise.
Oh, bro. Never mind.
Here we go. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Is he up there, bro? Hello? I can hear you, bro.
Hello.
No?
Yo,
what's good, bro? Your name and where you calling? Motherfucker hung up. So. Here we go. Caller, your name and where you calling from? Bro, are you doing something over there?
Maybe some over here.
Okay, I don't know. If you guys are going to call, at least answer. Okay, here we go. Caller. Yo.
Sounds muffled.
I know. Yo, you there? I can hear you. Yo.
hello.
Yo, what's good, bro? Your name and where you calling from?
Hey, what's happening, buddy?
What's good?
Yo.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, what up?
What's your question?
Hey, what up? Calling from Port Wyoming, John's Bar and Grill.
Okay. You got a question, bro?
Cracking.
You got a question? Okay. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay, I'm going to try to redo the Bluetooth.
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
He said what's cracking.
Okay, are we good?
I think they just want to talk, bro.
Okay, here we go. Come on, let's go. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
You said what's cracking.
Caller, turn down your TV. What's good, bro? Hey. I don't know what the fuck's
It almost sounds delayed, huh? Like I reheard everything again.
But you know what it is? A lot of guys leave their TV on and they think they're going to be able to watch us and talk to us. And it doesn't happen like that. You have to, there's always going to be a delay. So turn down your TV when you call.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Too.
Hello, this is Tony. I'm calling from Phoenix, Arizona.
What's good, my brother? You got a question?
Okay. Yeah, Brian Ortega, man.
What
I don't
up?
even drink because I'm a pastor. I've seen the Modelo commercials. I'm looking. That looks really delicious.
Thank you, man. Thank you, bro.
So, I went to a Holloway youth fight for a fight week, and that's when the Holloway wasn't doing well, and they had to cancel.
Yeah.
And that's when DC beat Michek and got that became a double champ.
Yeah.
And but you were in the crowd. You were down there, man. I went there to see you fight, and the DC thing was like the headliner. But I went to see you because I was so inspired by you, man. And you were walking down with your little brother. You guys were wearing denim, and I don't know. I guess denim was. I don't know. You guys were sporting denim. I remember that. And you and your little brother were down there, man, just talking to people and during the fight. And you were just so gracious, man. You were going up to every fan. It was all kinds of stuff going on. Brock Lesnar was there. You know, Chili Peppers, like all these people. It was a huge one. And I just remember you coming up to me, man. You were like making sure every fan got a little. And I told you, man, I appreciate you representing I appreciate you talking about Jesus Christ in the ring. You know what I mean? Being a minister, I have to really sift through all my fighters to justify that this is okay for a brother in the Lord to watch this violent sport. Because there's guys in there that love Jesus Christ, you know? And it doesn't matter what we do, what we say, the Lord sees our hearts. And I've always appreciated about you and other UFC fighters that get shit for, you know, trying to lift the Lord up. The only true hope we have, right? I mean, now that you probably experienced failure, you know that the Lord's the only one that still gives us peace and all that stuff. Hey, Tony, I used to be the church that Pastor David Rocha planted out here in Phoenix. Okay. Now we're a Heart Life Church, Phoenix, but I've called you before. Anyway, Brian, so what's up with the foundation that you started with Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. Was going to drop some money towards your foundation. You're going to help for unprivileged kids in the neighborhood. I want to ask about that. And two, congratulations on moving on to something else, man. The UFC is the UFC, but you got to follow your heart. You got to be true to yourself. Yeah. And I still think that there's still a lot of representation of God's grace in your life, man. I just appreciate that about you. That's a mouthful. So anyway, Phoenix, Arizona loves you, man. I've been following you probably now maybe 6-7 years, man.
Don't hang up. Let him answer, because if not, we'll get another call.
And with the foundation, man, I feel like I started it, and we started helping out kids reach their goals and giving them scholarships to do things that they wanted to do, and we raised a lot of money. But when I had a fallout, my foundation kind of got taken from me, and so it's something that I'm trying to fight back again to get there. And I feel like right when I was going to fight back for that, COVID hit and everything hit. So it stopped for everything from going. But now, like I said, now that I'm focused and I actually see the vision and I see what, other than fighting, what I can do to impact people's lives, like you said, it's a gift that God has given me. So I'm going to make that fight to get that foundation back, and then just keep helping those with the gift, like you said, he uses you as your vessel, and I'm a vessel to do whatever he's called me to do and wherever he wants me to help, and that's what I'm going to do.
Awesome, bro. Thank you, caller.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, right, Tony. Thanks.
You got it. Let's go. Let's keep it pushing. Who's going to call next? Okay. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Hey, what up?
What up?
I'm trying to say, man, hey, Ortega, you up next, man. Next champion.
Thank you, my boy.
With all the Mexicans. I know with all the Mexicans, man.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
One is coming up, man, for real.
Gracias.
All good.
Estamos. Saludos a todos.
Okay,
saludos.
That was it. Okay, let's keep it pushing. Who's going to be next? Come on, because I don't want you guys to tell me you didn't take enough calls, Tony. So caller, your name and where you calling from?
What up, Tony? It's Jay from Fontana.
What's up, Jay from Fontana? You got a question, my bro?
Bro, I want to thank you. I appreciate you bringing Brian Ortega, bro. Hey, Brian, I'm probably one of that 10% fans that you're talking about, win or lose, man.
Fuck yeah, man.
Still speaking your name out there.
Hey, for real, man, for real. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I can't tell you, anytime I meet someone like you, man, I'm thankful for people like you, bro.
Hell yeah.
Bro, the day that you fought Alex Volkanovski, I was going to go to a Jason Aldean concert and country concert, right? I give the tickets away to see your fight, bro. I know how it ended. You didn't get that belt, but you will, bro. I'm telling you.
No, and I appreciate that, man. Like, I don't think you realize, as us fighters, how much we appreciate to have honest, loyal fans that have your back. It makes us go through this journey that we do in this fight game and make us feel not that alone, because, like I said, a lot of people jump ships, and you feel like sometimes, like, why am I doing this for if I don't even have a strong, like, support system, So the fact that you're part of those 10%, hopefully, even through this, we can inspire those to go to 11%, to one day we have just a full army of people that ride or die.
The one, I'm going to tell you, I just want to tell you this, because I know a bunch of callers are going to call in, but the fight that did hurt me to see you fight, because I like both of you guys, it was you and Yair Rodriguez, bro, and I know that ended with your shoulder popping out, but you guys are both great, bro, and I was still sticking with you, though. There was no way I was gonna go to
it's hard to
Rodriguez
go against
camp,
Raza,
bro.
No, I feel you, man. It's hard to go against Raza, man, but
he's
a cool guy, man.
But,
I got nothing but love towards him, man. Me and him hung out multiple times outside.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever meet you, bro, but just having this phone call, like speaking to you, bro, it's an honor, bro, because I know you're going to be one of the Hall of Famers in the UFC that ever done it. And that's,
Hell yeah.
I'm
Amen.
speaking from the
Amen.
heart,
Thank
bro.
you, bro. I appreciate that, man.
You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
No problem. No problem. Hey, Tony, is Jay might be your cousin, remember, from
Yes.
Cahuila, Torreon.
That's right, my brother. All right, bro. Stay blessed, homie.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Okay, let's keep it pushing. Who's going to be the next caller? Let's see. Here we go. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Hey, I'm Jimmy, and I'm from San Diego.
What's up, Jimmy from San Diego? San Diego in the building. What's good, bro? You got a question?
Yes, sir, bro. I've been watching Brian fight for a minute now. Me and my mom will sit down, watch the fights. That's the thing, you know. I recently quit my job, and I know Brian will understand this because he's a hustler. And like I said, I've been watching Brian for a little bit now, and I'm a photographer from San Diego. I would love to shoot for you, bro. I don't know if you would ever be down, but I just started shooting MMA not so long ago. I've been shooting for like 5 years, but I'm really starting to get into the MMA world. So if we ever cross paths, bro,
I sent out a thing on IG, you know, and I got my man Andy right now working with me, but I'm always open to ideas and everything. And if you want to reach to his thing, and maybe it's called Focus LA, reach out to him and see maybe if one day we go over there and we shoot something, man. But I'm always in the gym. I'm always training, and content is always something that we can create. Send me your photos, your profile, everything, so we can look it up. And I'm all for working, man, and giving anyone opportunities to show their artwork, you know?
Hey, I appreciate that, man. You said go through Focus LA?
Yeah, Focus LA.
Yeah, Focus LA. As a matter of fact,
He's the one that beat everyone to the jump right now, so we gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother. Have a good
No,
one.
appreciate you too, man.
you too,
Thank
brother. Okay, let's keep it pushing. We got a couple of more minutes. Let's go. All right. Somebody called from some bar in Portland or some shit like that. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Hey, what's up? I'm calling from Mondale. Danny.
Okay.
What's good, my brother?
Hey, man. T-City, LA legend. I got one question for you, dude.
What's going on,
How
man?
do you grow out that hair so fast? Sometimes it's really short, and then like a month later, it's all like super long. How do you do it?
But I don't know, bro. Honestly, I have no idea. Sometimes I don't even watch that shit.
Do you ever put fertilizer in your shoes?
I don't know. You know what?
I know, my boy got
I've
that,
been
like,
blessed just
super
to I've been blessed just to have my hair grow long, man. Cause it, yeah, I shaved it bald and it grew back, and I cut it off again. It grew back, and it's just long again. You know.
Hey, bro.
I'm just happy to have it.
Bald T-City a menace, though.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
Hey, you too, boss.
Let's go. Let's keep it pushing. Who's going to be next? Let's go. We got a couple more minutes. I'm giving everybody an opportunity now. If I didn't ask them something, here we go. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, baby? This is Kane Line. I'm from Hood Stars Podcast, and I got a crazy, super good deal of the century for you. So if you want to play some ads, holla at your boy. And then like that.
That's what's up.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're watching. Okay, cool. Let's see. Who's next? Hold on, Alex. Here we go. Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Tony, this is Isaac from Torrance.
What's up, Isaac from Torrance? Got a question, my bro?
Say again?
You got a question?
Oh, yeah, no, I just praise to you and to Brian Ortega, you know, much love to the Harbor area. And like thinking in terms, like Brian, my dad's from San Pedro, et cetera, but like, what kind of music you like to listen to when you're working out, when you're hitting the bag, when you're getting into it?
I'm weird,
and
bro.
Also, yeah.
Yeah, I'm weird. It goes through phases, right? Sometimes, if I know I'm gonna be there for a while, I play some lowrider oldies, and I don't know what, but that makes me just, it's just calmful. But yet I can just get to work for a long time. When I have a quick, just 30, 40, maybe an hour, maybe some rap, or I play everything, man. Honestly, my shuffle playlist goes from, it's weird.
From Tupac to Chalino.
to country, bro. Like it's weird like that. But yeah, usually it's like lowrider oldies. Like I can do that for a while, or like typically something that's upbeat.
Right. Well, okay. Well, that's the question I want to ask. Like, so being from the harbor, etc. Like, what do you think about the quote unquote Chicano rap? And like, what do you think about the evolution of Chicano rap? And do you listen to it? And what do you think about that? I'll take it off the line, but one left to y'all.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's evolution. You know, it's evolutionizing. I see a lot of people coming up. I see it from where, at least from what I heard of one, you know, like Khalifa Thug days and stuff like that. And I just had an opportunity to be on a podcast with Mr. Criminal, and I don't know much about. I'm not too educated on that where I pay attention to it, you know, a lot. But I know from what I hear from Latinos back in the day to now, we've caught up. You know, we're making music that it's actually like, okay, it's not just gangster shit. It's not just this, but it's some dope ass music that you can relate to and you can actually associate with yourself with from any walks of life. And it sounds dope. And I've been hearing a lot of people, you know, that just their music's on fire.
For real.
Yeah. All good. Thank you, caller. Appreciate you, homie.
Yeah. Right on. Hold up.
All right. Here we go. Let's keep it pushing. Let's see. Who's going to call? Here we go. Caller, your name or where are you calling from?
Tony, how you doing, man? Ryan, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. You?
My name is
I can barely hear you, bro.
Danny from Orange County. I'm from Danny from Orange County.
What's good, my bro from Orange County?
How you guys doing tonight?
I'm blessed,
Great
bro.
Show.
I'm gonna drink after.
Good, man. Good.
I'm a
hey,
good
Brian,
train.
just wanted to say, bro, keep up the hard work. You set a really good example for all these kids, man. There's a lot of things that you do that people don't really know. I remember reading about you about maybe a year or two where there was a story about your pop. And I think he found out that you were rolling after school for a while and you wanted to do jiu-jitsu. You didn't have the money. Excuse me. And he went and got his loan. I think he got a loan for you for like a year. I thought that was pretty dope, man.
No, he took the money out of the bank against my mom's knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Me too.
That's a big sacrifice, man.
Dude, I would not be here right now if it wasn't for that.
That's a big step, man. That's a pretty good pops. You know, a lot of us don't have dads. You did, you did. And dude, look where you're at today. So keep up the good work, bro. And you're setting a good example for these kids, man.
Yeah, we still got our father up in the sky, though, my boy. You're not alone, man.
Make it happen. All right, brother.
We always have a dad up there.
All right, carnal. Muchas gracias. Let's keep it pushing. Okay, let's see. Caller, your name or where are you calling from?
Emerson from Vancouver, Canada.
What's up, my brother from Vancouver, Canada?
Brian Ortega, you were in The Tax Collector?
Yeah. The movie, yeah.
Conejo and Sila both fought. You saw that fight?
Yeah, I was there. I was holding...
Is that a true story?
Yeah, that was true. I was holding Shia down while Conejo was choking him out.
Oh, shit. What happened exactly?
It's just acting. That's it. Gone wrong.
Acting gone wrong?
Acting gone wrong. I don't like to speak too much on the personal side of things because you never know who's, it's just best just the stories out there that happened and that was it,
All right.
But if you see the movie though, you see Conejo has a busted lip because he got stitches because Shai actually got a good crack in on him with the prop gun, So it was. So some of these scenes get intense, man. I think people forget to react. It's the environment. It feels so real that you sometimes you forget it's actually you're just acting. So shit pops off shit pops off, and then you're like, oh, hey guys, like relax. This is actually fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks a lot. I'm a big fan, bro.
Thank you, man.
Muchas gracias, carnal. Okay, let's go. Let's see who's next. The next caller gets a life-size doll of Norby's. Let's go. He's going to take it home. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Yo, my name is JP, and I'm calling from the best city in the world, Wilmington, California.
Hell yeah. Nah, I mean, what's good, my brother? You got a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Brian. I know from his not his last fight with Volkanovski, how was it working alongside with like the legends, the Diaz brothers?
I mean, we fought, but I didn't get to work with them, you know. So, but I've known those guys for a while. Yeah, I've known those guys. I've known those guys for a while. They, you know, we're both Gracie representatives, so we've been around each other since I could at least say 15 years, you know. So I've seen them from way back in the day before UFC, and we, you know, we've managed to be in the same buildings, but I don't think we've ever actually even got working to be solid, you know, because when they were up there, I was young. And then by the time I got up there, we just never crossed paths.
Yeah, that's dope, man. You know, keep doing your thing, Brian. We're still rooting you on here.
I appreciate that, man.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Okay, let's keep it pushing. We're going to take a couple of more phone calls. Let's go. Here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, Tony. What's up, Brian? This is Brad Pitbull.
What's
calling from the city of Atlantis.
What's up?
And hey, Brian, much respect for you, but just want to let you know that look, the IE fools, they think GSP is a nutritional supplement at the vitamin shop, and then I know. And then I know you said how the UFC is evolving. But I just want to let you know, in case you're cross-trained with different dojos.
Yeah.
My MMA training consists of avoiding my abuelita's chanclas, watching Karate Kid Part 1, Part 2, then fighting the IE fools in the county.
All right.
But be careful with Texas dojos because they have the submission move called the mechanical bull. So they grab you by the gi and they try to ride you. But they're so strong because they practice on each other all day long. But other than that, Brian, just take care, man. I appreciate you being a man of God and just being an example of excellence. Stay strong, keep focused. See you at the top, man.
Thank you,
Good
man.
night.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. All good. Yeah. He says, see you at the top. That means he's already there.
That's good, man.
It's lonely at the top. Let's go.
Yeah, it is.
Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Yo, quick question.
Where you calling from, bro?
What's up? From Phoenix.
What's good, my bro from Phoenix? You got a question?
Yeah, hey, what's up with all of these transmissions on TikTok?
What's up with all the what?
Submissions on TikTok?
No, transmission.
What's that?
I have no idea, bro. Transmit. I think you got the wrong podcast,
Trans,
bro.
like tranny?
What's up with all the trannies on TikTok?
Yeah, I don't know, bro.
I don't even have a TikTok, bro. I can't even tell you that.
I don't know, bro. Like
I be going through my FYP and like there'd be a shitload of them just popping up. Like,
why is it on your feed though, my boy? Cause that should be regulating what you watch, guy. Hey.
Exactly, bro.
Get on. Hey, don't even click them, cause don't even click that, man. Go somewhere else. Go watch different things.
They be on live, dog.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool. All right.
I don't know, but I don't even have a TikTok. I don't even have a TikTok, my boy. So I can't even.
I mean, it's only fair enough. I have to ask you, do you like it?
I mean, are you being for real, dog?
No, bro. Are you being for real with this question? We're over here talking about, UFC, and then you come with trannies. So that's why I'm just. So.
Whoa, this is real life, dog.
Okay, cool, bro. Well, listen, no, I don't have
real life.
I don't have TikTok on me.
You're right, man. I think my only thing is just don't go on the live and stay away, and if you don't like that,
Yeah.
Like you got children that are on there. You know what I mean? Like
I agree with that, man.
But you know what I mean?
As a parent, I think it's your job to regulate your kids and what they watch, and always be on top of them. Don't even give them your phone and let them go on it. My kids, they're not allowed to go on TikTok. Yeah. My kids not allowed to even go on YouTube. And if you are, you better
Yeah,
watch it
same
around me.
here.
So if you want to protect your kids,
They
watch what they watch. You know, don't just give them something to entertain them and take your duty off. You know, go in there and actually and focus and make sure they ain't watching some things that you know that do that. Because I think I understand what you mean by that now. You know.
All good, caller.
yeah, like I was, you know what I mean? But all right,
Yeah.
He just hung up. I don't know.
I think you're talking about like, you know, how they're pushing things.
Yeah,
you know, like you see these people dancing in front of kids and stuff like that, which is like, come on, man. You know,
yes,
like
they're
you know,
forcing it on us.
Yeah, that shit ain't cool, man.
Caller, your name and where you calling from?
Hi, I have a question. I'm calling from Los Angeles. I want to know, so who is the real San Pedro? Is it MC Poncho or is it him?
Who is the real San Pedro?
Or is it me?
Ortega?
No, I don't claim any city anymore. I honestly, he's San Pedro. You know, to me
Is that where your heart is?
my heart is with the harbor area. You know, I've learned to love every city because every city has taught me a lesson over here. You know, I trained in Wilmington. I grew up in Pedro. For a lot of parts, been in Torrance, you know, went to Gardena High. Like I've been all over the place, and this city has either traumatized me in one way or another, and also taught me lessons. So I've learned to love everything about it. So to me, the whole harbor is where I'm at.
Hello?
Thank you.
All good, thank you. Okay, we're gonna take 2 more calls and then it's a wrap. Okay, so let's go. I thought the tranny was a new move. Like, okay, like, caller your name. Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Jaden calling from Sacramento.
What's up, Damien from Sacramento? What's good, my brother?
Hey, I had a question for Brian. I didn't know. I know you said you parted ways with the UFC. I didn't know.
I didn't part ways with the UFC. No, I didn't part ways with the UFC.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm very much still active, still there. No, trust me. If anything, I'm coming with like I said, a different version of myself. A more disciplined on.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, more disciplined version. No distractions at all. I had surgery, so I'm waiting to come back from those. But by summer, I'll be ready. So hopefully, International Fight Week, I'll be fighting again.
Okay. And also, who do you think's gonna win between Masvidal and Gilbert Burns?
That's a tough one, man. I'm cool with both of them. Typically, when I know both fighters and I have personal connections with them, I don't go. I just let the best man win, and that's it. When it's other fights that I don't really know them and I have my own opinion, then it's different. But I feel like when you know someone, you're kind of connected to them. It's hard to even go against anyone, because you've shared time with both individuals. So for me, I say, man, let the best man win, and then and I hope that none of you guys walk out with bad injuries.
Absolutely, I feel the same way. They both work real hard, and they come from tough backgrounds.
Yeah, like I said, let the best man win, and whoever is set to win is already set there. So that's all I could say.
Absolutely. All right, thank you very much.
Right,
thank you for coming on the Roadium. It's a great episode.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, homie. Stay blessed. Okay, one last phone call. That's it. The last caller gets a lunch date with Norby's at Taco Bell. Okay, but you gotta have it with Diablo sauce. Okay, here we go. Caller your name and where you calling from?
Yes, all right, from Wilmington.
What's up, my brother from Wilmington? You're the last caller. Make it a good one.
Oh, cool. Yes. Real quick, I have 2 questions. 1, who's going to win, Ryan Garcia or Tank Davis? And 2, what would have made a difference coming into those fights with Holloway and Volkanovski?
Take the second one first.
The second one first, yeah. I know. What would have made a difference was being focused, man. Was having the right people around me. When I'm first. And it's always like, I was physically wrong when it comes to my nutrition and the things in my preparation, I was just kind of happy-go-lucky. I was more just happy and excited that I was there when I didn't believe I belonged there. You know, to me, it felt like, shit, I'm not supposed to be in here anyways. I wasn't supposed to be a world champion coming from where I come from and what I did growing up. So let me just have fun with this. So I had more fun with what my career was than actually being disciplined and focused on the gift that I had, which it was fighting on the highest level. So if I would have took it seriously and had the right people around me, you know, that would have been it. And on my second one, I was, you know, mentally distracted, and I had just a lot of things going on, you know, and mainly it was just, you know, it was just women, you know, it was problems with baby mamas and this and that and stuff like that. So it was just a lot of that distraction that I allowed myself to mentally even entertain, you know, when I should have just been about myself and just say, hey, if you're a distraction, anyone, just exit your way out of my life, you know. And me even entertaining that, it created space in my mind for it to grow and for it to distract me. So now it's just there's no women in my life in general, and I'm just focused on my career. Like I said, like on my finger, man, I'm married to the game.
All good.
Got it. Focus. How about that focus? All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so who do you guys got? Ryan Garcia or Tank Davis?
That's a hard one, man. You know, because, like, you know, it can't go against Latinos, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm going, you know, but then you hear a Tank and then.
Yeah. It's tough. My thing is this, that I'm not going to pay $75, though. I'm not. I'm not. You know what?
Streaming it illegally.
Yeah. You got the Fire Stick.
I got the website.
Yeah. I ain't paying $75 for no, especially, you know, you got some booty-ass fighters on the undercard going that nobody knows. I'm just going to call it the way it is because I'm from the era where Don King, King Vision would have like Jesse James Leija against Azuma Nelson. Here we have fucking Julian Jackson versus, you know, Gerald McClellan. He'll have Chavez versus Frankie Randall. You know, I mean, he just had so many good undercard fighters, bro.
You want a stacked event.
Yeah.
Not just a stacked main event.
And back then was $45, you know.
Inflation.
Yes, I know. But now you got that inflation nowadays. But now with the Fire Stick. So
let me know.
Yeah, all right. Well, much love, Ryan. You know, Brian Ortega, keep kicking ass and get that focus on, you know. And like you said, it's all about being focused. Let's get it. Let's get that belt.
Hell yeah.
Hey, man, let's do this.
All right, Carnal. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, homie.
I'm good.
All right, later. That's it. We're done. Oh, my brother, thank you, man.
No, thank
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
You know what? Anything that maybe I didn't ask you, anything you wanted to touch on, anything you want to promote, anything you want to say, you know, you can go ahead and
No, nothing, man. Honestly, nothing else, you know, other than yeah.
Do you have a fight coming up anytime this year?
I think by July 7th I should have something, or from what we're talking about right now, it's like either the first half of July is where we're at right now. But no contract, no name yet, so that's why I'm just quiet. There's talks, but some people sign contracts and stuff like that. So now it's just who's available and when are they available.
Okay.
Because people get injured left and right and stuff like that. So it's just it's getting a fight is easy, but when you're in like top 10, it's harder. And then I'm in the top 5, so it's politics. Who's available? Who's not available? Who have you fought? Who haven't you fought? What rematch makes sense? What doesn't make sense? So it's just
right.
You got to, you know.
I watched the fight last night because I was doing a lot of my homework on you when you fought the Korean Zombie.
Yeah,
I watched that on YouTube. We got a lot of your stuff. Check out his stuff on YouTube, bro.
I was focused right there, man. That's what I do when I'm focused.
Yeah.
When I mean no distractions, not any distraction. It was just.
That was a good one, man.
And I got to that point, and then I went and won, and I got distracted again.
Yeah.
So I gotta just learn my lesson.
I know it's easier said than done, but don't get distracted.
I'm not anymore, man. Nah, not anymore. I got a powerful source up there guiding me right now.
That'll work, man.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just want to say muchas gracias, carnal. You want to give any shout outs? And then I'll give mine, and then we're out of here.
Shout out to you for having me on.
Thank you
for putting me on with you.
Absolutely.
And just a big shout out to everyone from the HA, man. That's it. I love every single one of you guys from every single city, you know.
Absolutely. Andy Flores, I got your name correct? Okay, Focus LA, correct? On Instagram. Follow him on Instagram. Once again, I want to thank Brian Ortega. I want to wish him much love, much success in the future. He is gonna be a champion. That's it. Period.
Amen.
He is gonna be a champion. There is. There is. Don't give me that shit. Okay. Boom. Other than that, let me give a shout out to Norby's News with Norby's. We're gonna do it. I don't know if tomorrow or Friday, but stay tuned. Alex Cervantes Enterprise. Also want to give a shout out to Robert, my son B-SKANLESS, and also the Hip Hop Jedi. And then what else? Oh, the whole entire Harbor area. So I want to thank all the callers, all the moderators, everybody in the live chat, everybody who just stayed home and didn't want to be on the live chat, everybody who's talking shit, everybody who's not talking shit, everybody who hit the like. But once again, become a member, okay? Become a member. You will not be disappointed. We'll be loading up some more content tomorrow when you become a member. So much love and thank you once again. Much success to yourself. God bless you. We're out of here. See you guys either Thursday or Friday.